My name's Patrick Foley, and this is my review of OK, Not OK for UK Film Review. So this is a dark comedy film set in the near future where sort of AI and home technologies have kind of been implanted and basically overtaken society. The story follows a frustrated young woman played by Baivari Manoharan who is living on her own. She is frustrated to hear the couple above her either having sex or arguing all the time, and so she contacts a company to provide her with a robotic boyfriend played by Jay Taylor. The boyfriend has a lot of features that she likes and can relate to. She finds him funny at times and meaningful at times, and he knows sometimes exactly what to say in the right moment to make her feel really cared for. But then in other moments, his AI nature is made clear, such as by the fact that he can only speak for certain amounts of time without automatically going into an advertisement or a commercial that has been pre-programmed into him. And because the woman hasn't paid for an upgraded subscription model for her boyfriend, these features are inbuilt and she can't afford to pay for a better version to have them removed. And this becomes a real problem when she realizes that this version of the boyfriend that she has can't actually feel any sort of real sense of love or connection with her, even despite how perfect he would seem to be to her in his ways and in the relationship that they've built together, which is largely seen solely in her living room through a fixed angle. I found OK, Not OK to be a really interesting film, a very modern film that speaks to a lot of people's fears around things like AI and technology today. We're all very familiar now with just how human some of these chatbots and robotics can seem, and how the distant future doesn't seem that crazy or that unlikely that building a romantic relationship with a robot or a system or a program or whatever, an algorithm, would be that far-fetched. It's something that movies have obviously dealt with for a very long time, but what I think is quite striking of this film, and quite a lot of modern films lately, is just how commercialized this is all likely to be as well. A big part of the narrative is that the woman can't really afford a better version of the product she has, and so she invests all this time and commitment and energy and love and hope into this shell of a human being that doesn't even have all the kind of features of a real human. And as she interacts with people on the phone to try and fix some of the issues that she's dealing with, all they're trying to do is extract more and more money out of her. And it actually turns out that the people on the phone themselves are robots and AI, and that throughout the film she doesn't interact with any other human being at any time. A lot of these moments are played off for humour and for laughs, but when you actually sort of think of it underneath, there is quite a dark and sinister sort of undercurrent and message to the film of isolation and loneliness, and how people's emotions and fates and choices are being inherently tied into the sort of algorithm, or into machines, or into things that aren't really there and aren't really real. The way that the humour is mixed in with that, to me, was the film's biggest strength, its biggest success, the thing that made it really, really interesting and made me think more about OK, Not OK once the credits started to roll. There are a couple of moments throughout where the script is a little clunky and a little bit too on the nose, makes too much, too obvious of what its point is trying to be. It's clear that the filmmakers are quite critical of how society is and how technology is likely to immerse itself within the flaws in the structure of the system that's already in place. But the approach to this is a little bit scattergun from what you can hear on, say, sound coming out of the television and things like that. Little kind of hints at it throughout the film. Sometimes just feels a little unimaginative of a way to integrate that into the more prominent story that the film really follows, which is between the woman and her partner. But overall, I really enjoyed OK, Not OK. I think it is an interesting way to tell a pretty straightforward short story about how AI and computers and robotics and all these sort of combinations are coming into our lives. It's something that a lot of filmmakers are doing today and working with and writing stories about, and not all of them are managing to find and create something as interesting as OK Not OK does. So especially for anyone who's into kind of dark futures or the darker side of technology, I would definitely recommend checking this short out.